Both parents and teenagers have to work together to fight this problem. The FBI says there's a huge uptick in teens being targeted, with people using their personal photos that may be nude, and videos as blackmail material. Take a listen. And joining us now on The Factor Uncensored is Caroline Roberts with Children at Risk. Caroline, when you look at this report from the FBI, simply disturbing. This year alone, more than 7,000 reports of sextortion and more than 3,000 young people who are victims. Now, for the viewer out there who's not familiar with sextortion, what is that and how do our young people get into that kind of situation?
So sextortion is a situation in which a young person, can be male or female, but in many cases our young men are approached by someone online and then asked for nude or inappropriate pictures, and then those pictures are used to then extort them. So they may be sharing a nude picture with someone that they think is a young girl that they're talking to, connecting with through a gaming app or something like that. In fact, it is an adult posing as a young girl, and then they use that to blackmail them into paying them money or trying to get more photos.
Now, how much can you get out of a teenager?
Right. In many cases, not much. The teenagers don't have the ability to pay these fines, or these bribes, nor should they, because what investigators have actually seen is that paying the bribes only makes it worse. There's no amount of money you can pay these people that will get them to leave you alone.
And the ultimate price many of these young victims have paid is suicide.
Yes, very tragically. They feel so ashamed of what they've done. And unfortunately, for many young people, they haven't had an adult that they felt like they can turn to. Instead, they feel so ashamed that they take their own life, which is really tragic. And I think is just really should make parents aware of how much they have to talk to their kids about these issues. Their kids have to know that this is a danger and that they should immediately turn to a trusted adult.
And with there being 3,000 victims so far of this, do you think some parents are asleep at the wheel or not paying attention or they're not equipped to deal with it as well?
This is fairly new, even with 3,000 victims. So I don't think that parents are necessarily asleep at the wheel, but with the internet, the dangers that kids and parents are facing are constantly evolving. Mm-hmm. And so it's just a matter of, parents have a lot to take on in keeping up with all of the dangers out there. That being said, we have to evolve as parents, and we have to make sure that we're having these conversations with our kids and that we're not afraid to talk about some of the tougher issues.
And so, and I'm sure many kids, they think it's almost innocent because they think they're dealing with another young person. Mm-hmm. And this turns out to be a criminal who's willing to, take advantage of them, and they won't stop. They're unrelenting. What best advice would you have for parents out there when monitoring their young people on social media or on the internet in general?
Sure. So there are a few tips. One is to not delete the messages because those can be used in the investigation. So block the person who is harassing you, but don't delete those messages. You can reach out to cybertipline.org. You can also reach out to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and they will assist you in both getting an investigator to find this sextortionist, but then also in containing any information that might be already there, images that might be already out there.
Caroline Roberts with Children at Risk, thank you for the valuable advice in this very disturbing trend that we're seeing around the country. Just horrible. Thank you, man. We appreciate your time tonight on The Factor Uncensored.